Welcome back to another Overwatch Coach VOD review. Today we're going to be VOD reviewing a bottom 500 Zenyatta. That's their words. And they write, I would really appreciate anyone willing to give me some constructive feedback on my general gameplay so that I can improve. I keep going back and forth between Bronze 2 and Silver 5 on support. I usually play Zenyatta on PC and am kind of at a loss on how to progress. I think part of the problem is that it goes quite well for me until I get repeatedly targeted, and I'm not too sure how to more confidently take on one-on-one fights. Thanks for any input. All right, so they posted two codes. One, I just did a VOD review on that map, so I grabbed the other one just to get a different map in the VOD review cycle. So let's get into it. This is our Zenyatta. Looking at this team comp, I think Zen is fine here. The main thing you're going to want to be Discord orbing is going to be the Bastion. Discord orb him first. Then look at maybe the tank, or if the Symmetra is frontlining a little too much, get it on her. I'd be looking at charged right clicks on maybe like the Illari, maybe the Sim, depending on what their positioning is. But I feel like Illari is going to be a good target for you. All right, let's get into this here. I mean, I think Zenyatta's role in your team comp's pretty straightforward. You're just going to be probably like, all right, let's actually, maybe it's not. Let's go over this quick. You're going to want to start your healing orb off on Tracer, because Tracer's going to dive. They're going to probably be the one taking the majority of initial damage. And then if a sniper or somebody with more range starts poking at your Hanzo, you'll move it over to Hanzo. The Life Weaver is going to be primarily focusing on the Orisa. And then you two should just interchange healing as needed when it's needed. But your job here is to really just kind of be pocketing the supports, or I'm sorry, the DPS, while doing whatever damage you can do in between, and then obviously helping heal the Orisa when it's like really needed. But okay, so you just took a whole bunch of unnecessary damage, just like right out of the gate. Like the only way that would have been acceptable to die is like if you instantly ate a headshot from Illari and then like the grenade from the Bastion just happens to like stick on you or something. Like get your shot off. Good. Now just wait. Like you're like, why poke back around again? I don't, like, why do that?
The air calls.
Pain is an excellent teacher.
So like doing this right here is fine, because now the attention span of the enemy team is all over the place. It's not focused on one tight area. But as it starts coming back around to you, then make sure you're not doing what you just had done. Heal your Hanzo. Oh, yeah. Okay, good kill, good kill, good kill. Heal your Hanzo. Don't be afraid to move that healing orb around. Even if Hanzo gets it for like 2 seconds and then you gotta throw it back at Orisa because all of a sudden Orisa starts taking damage, like that's still a little bit more healing. That keeps the Hanzo aggressive and whatever. And now I would be looking at, because Life Weaver's right there, so you could start healing your Echo now. Yep, good. Come Diva. Heal your Hanzo. Yeah, right where you're playing, like right, I would actually stay by this corner right here, or you could play this doorway. play somewhere where they can't poke at you too much, and as soon as they start, you can get cover. You know, play to cover. I guess you could kind of play behind this car too if you wanted to, but these two spots over here is where I would be looking at primarily. If it were me, I would probably be in this room where these two doorways are. This is probably where I would be. Yeah.
My spirit burns.
Life protects life.
I don't know if that tree was needed or not, but better safe than sorry. Just get the point and be done with it.
Enemy turret ahead.
One thing I'll say, so you can cancel a right click by doing a melee. It'll still affect your accuracy. So if you're one of those people who worries about your accuracy numbers, just know you're canceling the shot, but you're not canceling the anything you had charged up will still count towards your accuracy. But just so you're not always shooting walls, because that creates a sound, and you know it might bring attention to yourself that doesn't need to be brought to you. So you can cancel that if you didn't know that.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy holidays.
Assistance would be appreciated.
So this ult that you just did kind of felt like it came from poor positioning. If we back up a little bit, so right now you're fine. I guess I don't mind you poking around just to take a quick look back here, but then you like overcommit to it by going way up here. If you are gonna go up here, what I would rather you do is like hop up here and play like a, you know, kind of like a mid-high ground thing, and then just, you know, kind of play up here. If this is where you want to be, I would not personally go up here though at this stage, especially on a Zenyatta pick. If it were me, I would be playing down here. I would be playing either in this room, or I would be playing like this corner area. I maybe would be back in this room again. But that's more along the lines of what I would be looking for out of positioning from you here. Because, and the reason I say that is to just kind of further illustrate why. So like, okay, the Bastion ults you and it kind of forces you to move, but then you have to get back to your team, now you have to frontline in front of D.Va. So then you pop ult so that you don't die, as opposed to maybe saving it for, I don't know, Sojourn ultimate maybe, or Illari ultimate, or, you know, something like that, because it's not going to save anybody from a D.Va ult. I get Moira's ulting, but I don't think that was a good Moira ult, so using your Transcendence there just felt unnecessary. Could just wait and save it for when your Orisa gets really low and needs massive amounts of heals, you know. Heal your life over. Use the healing oil big. Yeah, put it on Echo, put it on Echo.
This ends now.
Brimming with firelight.
You know, same thing applies to the positioning I just told you, because we haven't really moved from this spot yet, so where I told you the spots I would have been at, that's where I would still kind of be playing around. Good, shoot the him. Careful, don't frontline a tank on Zen. Kill your DPS. Get the Discord orb out. Good kill.
Velocity is an admirable virtue.
Absolutely not.
Where you're at now is fine, no issue. Discord orb the Bastion if possible, and that way heal your Echo. Echo needs your heals, not your tank. Good. A better tank might have killed you there, so again, just be careful about where you are in relation to the enemy tank. You know, playing around corners a little bit more, making it so that if an enemy were to dive you, they gotta really go in to get you.
Release your suffering.
The payload advantage.
A turret lies before us. It is quite real. My spirit burns.
Get ready.
Scale the Mahal.
Let me assist you.
Duplicating Bastion.
Yep, keep it on Echo. That Discord orb is... the only thing I would have said differently there is try to Discord orb something on the front line so that your team gets more of a use out of it. Had you have been a little bit more consistent on landing your shots on the Moira, that would have been fine. But maybe save that type of decision making for when your accuracy gets a little bit better, because if you're going to be missing shots like that, your Discord orb doesn't do anything, because the Moira teleports backwards after, you know, you miss a couple shots and the Discord orb goes on her, and now it's not doing anything. Whereas if you put it on like the tank or the Bastion or something, the Orisa would have gotten value out of that. And this would actually be a good time to maybe trance just to keep this fight aggressive. Okay, good, you do it. So again, Discord orbing like the Bastion there would have been good. But yeah, ultimately just a lost fight, which is actually a good thing though, because that Junkrat did not need to tire. Him tiring that is a wasted ult, and they now no longer have any ultimates. You guys don't either though, so that, yeah, okay. It kind of washes out, but at least you guys don't have to go in with knowing that there's a Junkrat tire waiting for somebody. Because that's a big ultimate, and for them to have wasted it like that is huge for you guys. Put it on Echo. So, two things here. If you could have stayed like more on the high ground, then your Hanzo wouldn't be low, but it would be nice to maybe see... I covered this in my last Lifeweaver VOD review, but like Echo, or not Echo, Lifeweaver putting the pedal down and then like either putting it down for you to go up to, or him going on it and then yanking you up and giving you the high ground would be something nice that I wouldn't mind seeing here, but Lifeweavers don't like doing that. Good kill.
Life protects life.
Yeah, I'd like to see the healing orb on your DPS a little bit more, but I think overall your healing orb movement is pretty good. It could bounce around a little bit more frequently. But the one thing I am noticing just out of that first round is the Discord orb. We're not getting enough value out of that.
Initiating match. 2, 1.
Anything vital change on team count? No. No, team comp's pretty much the same. We got a Lucio floating. The DPS on the enemy team looked like it's changed, and the Lucio. So the enemy team's changing it up a little bit. You guys are staying pretty much the same. So, alright, let's see what we got here. So, one thing I could point out for your positioning is maybe play like more up on top of the staircase, or even playing like up here. One thing I like to do is I kind of like I guess I don't usually play Zen on this map. I actually like playing Alari on this map, and it kind of works the same way. But if you play like up here or up here, because usually what I'll do is I'll put the healing pylon somewhere around here, and then I'll just kind of like shoot from here, and it'll kind of work the same for Zen, because you'll be in a relatively safe spot, but you can still kind of poke. You won't necessarily land good headshots though, but you're playing support. You want to outlast, so that you can heal in team fights. Playing down here puts you in a vulnerable spot to getting picked. Like, you actually could have took a good spot from that Lifeweaver pedal. See, now you're frontlining an Orisa, and I don't know what that Orisa was doing. They just thought like, oh, let's touch the point and worry about literally everything else afterwards, which was dumb. That Orisa could have killed you pretty easily, but don't let a low level game introduce bad habits. You surviving there shouldn't have happened. Or maybe I should say you surviving the way you did shouldn't have happened, because the Lucio killed you. But what I was kind of like tunnel visioning on in my coaching was like that Orisa should have killed you, but you ended up dying the same way, had I have just played it out like a second longer. So this death, in my opinion, shouldn't have happened.
I thank you.
Thank you.
A pleasure. Repetition is the path to mastery. I am with you, my friend.
Really more about Echo or Hanzo. I'm fine with either. In a case like this, when you get back to a team fight and both your DPS are low, hopefully you've made mental note on which DPS is kind of doing better than the other one, and at that point, that's who you would want to give your orb to, with the exception of maybe somebody swaps and their ultimate might be a little bit more dominant, maybe then you might give it to the other one or something. But generally, my rule of thumb when you come into that scenario is give it to the DPS who you feel is doing the best. Also, what the hell is your Lifeweaver doing? Get the healing orb on the Lifeweaver. Yep, okay, good. Back to Echo. Let Lifeweaver heal the tank.
Your spirits lifting.
Good. So, okay, right here, what I would be doing, if this were me, is I would go probably up to here, maybe starting to make a move back to being like up here or over here. Looking to start playing like more of a mid-ground spot again.
My ultimate is charging. Hello.
The other place you could actually move to, I probably wouldn't do this myself, but it would be fine, I think, is playing like in here and then just playing the wall. This might not be a bad spot either on second thought.
Happy holiday. Happy holidays.
Perfect world is a perfect prison.
Greetings.
I am grateful.
Okay.
Ultimate reaching maximum charge.
Okay, Maga. We got a Maga now. So Maga gets Discord orbed on site.
Yes.
This is already way too long to... Okay, yeah, good. I mean, he died, but that Discord orb should have came out way sooner. Now it goes on Lucio. And then on Echo. So you see where... Okay, let's just rewatch this once. So this is why I don't like why you're standing where you're standing, because a dive tank will make your life hell here. And the Mauga tried to do that. He just this enemy tank just isn't very good. Let's be honest. So like Discord orb you should have just let go of your charge and immediately thrown your Discord orb out as soon as you saw him just running in. So like so much more damage would have been hit to him. He wouldn't have probably even gotten his gun firing off. And then if you would have just immediately thrown it on the Lucio, he would have died right away. I mean, he died right away anyway, but I'm just saying, like, where you could have gotten more value from. And then the Echo probably doesn't... Okay, Echo doesn't get out anyway, but probably wouldn't have made it as long as they did if you could have gotten a Discord orb on them right after that. But ultimately, their tank is just throwing right now, is really what ultimately is happening here. Heal your Echo.
Festivity.
Okay, I don't mind you being in that room.
I don't think they belong at point.
But, like, right around here, like, you're fine, so there's nothing to freak out about right now. But as soon as the Echo starts, like, coming in at you, give him a kick and then back off into the room.
It takes 2 hands to clap.
All systems are optimal level.
Taking flight.
The other thing I want to point out here, I just want to make sure I didn't miss it somehow. Okay, so you got the Discord orb on the Hog. I think you moved it once.
It takes 2 hands to clap.
I think you moved the Discord orb once. It's kind of hard to tell because your mouse jitters are... It's making it a little hard for me to follow a little bit. Why is this Echo still alive?
60 seconds.
I thought the Echo backed off. When did they come back? I missed it. Hold on. I want to just watch this Echo once. So they just fly right over and come straight for you. And you're out in the open, so it allows them to do this. And this goes back to the positioning I was saying earlier. Normally this would be like a tank or more of a dive DPS doing this. I don't really consider Echo to be much of a dive DPS. I mean, they can flank. We just saw it. But yeah, that's a positioning death. It's also kind of like the team not paying attention. This Echo is getting crazy value right here. That's something I would not see too much of in my games. That's why I kind of had to like go take a field of view on their sight line. Okay, good. You got the healing orb off on somebody right away. Stay in this room. Stay in this room. And just poke out of it. Get the Discord orb off and poke.
Meet your fate.
So you're low right here. I don't know what that ability is called, but that Sojourn ability dropped you down. You gotta just kind of make sure you keep a very occasional line of sight on the Orisa so they keep the healing orb, and make sure the Discord orb's on something, but just you gotta wait for your passive healing to kick in because your Life Weaver's dead, so you're the only healing this team's got right now.
Meet your fate.
Yeah, so all that damage that you took when the Diva was coming in could have been circumvented, and you could have at least lasted a little longer.
By the dragon.
10
A
seconds
reminder that
remaining.
life is never easy.
Objective lost. Stop the pain.
Okay, so positioning here, not a big fan of it. I'd like you to be more like up here. Just kind of playing like this general area. You can always back off if they start shooting at you. Let your passive healing kick back in again. You could always play like back into here. But this would give you a better field of view of everything that's going on. If any of your DPS take a high ground stance, you'd still be able to see them and heal them. If any of the enemies starts to dive, you'd be able to get a Discord orb off on them so that your team could pick away at them. You'd be difficult to dive. You're a lot easier to dive down here than you would be up here, that kind of a thing.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Orisa.
This ends now.
Experience festivity.
This ends now.
Experience festivity.
I'm thinking,
Experience festivity.
where is your Life Weaver? You don't even know where he is. He's behind you. Does he get here first? No, he doesn't. Yeah, I don't like this ult mainly because you're just blind to what's going on. And this all comes from your positioning.
Duplicating with
Like, here, just to drive my point home a bit. Let's watch what's happening up here, and I'll do the movements of kind of how I would play around as Zen. Like if I'm up here. So I'd be up here, I'd be shooting,
adaptive
looking for
circuits
my
engaged.
angles, throw a healing orb on the Orisa, Discord orb on probably
This
the Echoed
ends
Orisa, and back off as we start to back off. And the healing orb would be able to move with this, right? So like, if I'm starting to back off, I see that the Life Weaver's taking damage, they'd get the healing, and then maybe if I still needed to, then you could drop down in trance, but like, you maybe could have prevented some of this just with better positioning here. That being said, I'd like the Life Weaver to be playing kind of in the same spot you're at too. I don't know, there's a lot of positioning issues going on here, but I guess that's to be expected. This was a Bronze 2 game, so...
Duplicating with
So oh, okay, Echo grabbed you. I was gonna say play in there, but then all of a sudden Echo just grabbed you. So, I mean, playing in here is fine. You don't really have a choice, I suppose, do you? But...
My soul ignited.
Did the tree go down? Wait, there was a tree, wasn't there? Yeah. Oh, the tree went down. Okay. Check the run button. It's going back, looking at this fight one more time here. I don't think I picked this fight. This Echo's not low. If the Echo's low, that'd be one thing. So if I found myself like right here, I would kick the Echo to give yourself some space and try to back off. Because you also got Moira right next to you, and Moira's not going to miss. Echo maybe misses, but you're not in a good spot there. So, I want to go to like where you got. Let's just say you just got grabbed, and this is where you are. So if you stay here. a tree. Throw the healing orb on your Orisa. You got a Discord orb on the Echo in there, and you start shooting from back here. Move the healing orb around as needed. It'd probably just be on the Orisa, and you're just taking pot shots at your corners. And then you don't die. Then the Life Weaver is fully healed up, and then you start poking out, and you can try to snipe the Echo, and you know, you're just playing back here. Or you could even go one step further and play back here. At this point, I would be back here now. I'd probably move back here so you've got a little bit more range, a little bit more escapability to you, and let the fight come to you guys right at this choke. I would not like to see the enemy or your teammates poking beyond this area right in here. Preferably right here though, but either way. Hanzo needs it. So this is too far up in my opinion. The other thing you could do is you could take that mid-ground spot right above you. The only thing about that is Echo and Diva and Lucio really, and actually Moira I think can get up there with her teleport if she uses it right. So probably not. I think my original statement stands true for positioning. Just play back further and hope your team doesn't overextend and feed.
The flame of my soul.
See, like that right there is a death that did not need to happen. Like up here, actually, I think that would be a better spot for your Soldier and Hanzo to be. Life Weaver maybe playing kind of like over here, you back further, and then the Orisa playing cart is kind of what I would like to see.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
The Discord orb hasn't really been on anything. You could have got a kickoff there. Oh, you didn't get it. Yeah, had you have got that melee off, you might have had it. Just saying. You do gotta get melee advantages with Zen when you can get them, because you know they added that extra kickback to them now. So you gotta get that. And that last fight, it took you way too long to get your Discord orb off.
Stop them.
Is acceptable. Giving up is not.
Okay, so maybe trancing Sojourn ultimate. Maybe for engaging on the team fight, or holding it for when your team just gets really low. Worst comes to absolute worst. So you got to get to mid-ground. You got to go take those stairs and get up there. There's two staircases. There's one off to the right, one off to the left. Go for one of them. Because right now you're frontlining on Zen. Granted, you're still pretty far back, but you're technically frontlining here.
Now.
Wait, what? What is going on? Oh my god. What is Life Weaver doing? Okay, this is a very good VOD review example of don't let low-level games produce bad habits. I don't know what the hell Life Weaver was doing. I don't know what the hell this Sojourn's doing alting so early. There's just a lot of like, what is happening in this game? It makes VOD reviewing a bronze game really difficult because it's like, there's just so much really just low IQ gameplay just across the board of like all over the place. Yeah, I'm fine with this trance just because of some of the chaotic nonsense that has happened before all this.
Tactical visor activated.
So, I get why you're in the position you're in. It's part of what makes Diva's ultimate good, but as soon as that bomb goes off, get out of being face to face with a mech'd diva at full health. And I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to do that or not, but...
We will claim victory this day.
Only thing I would say here is go Moira or Lucio, just so that you could touch point. Mercy might work. This is actually, just to take a moment, this is the first time I've seen somebody's field of view with the new Mercy mythic. It's a cool looking staff. I haven't been watching Twitch Overwatch much lately, so I haven't seen anybody play with this mythic, but this is a nice looking staff. When you're Orisa ults, you might have been able to get the res off, maybe. Oh no, Lifeweaver. Just throwing that out there. I know we're not really VOD reviewing your Mercy gameplay. Probably not the greatest at VOD reviewing a Mercy anyway, because she's by far and away the least played support for me.
Much appreciated.
We're here to be heard.
But I think you missed an opportunity to maybe get a res off.
Yield to this beat. Get up your fight. Careful.
Just get a boot. Okay, the only thing I would say here, this is nitpicky, and it's also overtime, so stalling at this point is kind of pointless anyway. But get your boop off, push them to one side of the cart, and then try to hold on the other side, and then when they start coming around to get you, go to speed boost, and then just try to play Ring Around the Rosie with them around the cart when you're going Lucio for that. Probably doesn't really buy you any kind of valuable actual time. You're already in overtime, but you know, for future games when you're actually trying to eat seconds off of the clock, you might get a little bit more time of staggering and stalling the cart there than what you actually got. Just, you know, something to keep in mind. Ultimately, no big deal though.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Shall we journey together?
60 seconds remaining.
One thing I want to just give you, maybe stop playing this tight little choke and just go start getting in the habit of maybe just trying to go around here and poking from over here instead. Like have a charged right click, poke around the corner, let loose, throw your healing orb on whoever's pushing out, and then charge up again, self heal if you need to, and then do that, and then you could kind of move up around here, do another charge shot or two. You can always play behind the car, kind of go this way, play here, that kind of a thing. Maybe start thinking about trying to take that path. I think that was meant for Orisa and you got in the Lifeweaver's way. Heal your May. Oh wait, your Lifeweaver is, I don't know what he's doing. You're at 1. Oh jeez.
Join me on the objective.
You had Echo. Wait, where was Echo? Oh, there's Echo. About to punch you in the ass. Not that it mattered, but I mean, self-awareness of just being, of knowing where Echo is. You had 1 HP. Like, what were you gonna do? Like, even if you knew, what would you have done? You know what I mean? Like, maybe you get 1 headshot off on her or something, but I'm just, you know, it was just more about, like, keeping track of people. Because it's not the first time that Echo got, like, a completely blindsided jump on you. So, just, you know, that kind of a thing. But, 1 is your positioning. 2, Discord. I'll just say disc. Getting that out there. 3, Say hero track. Hero tracking, not getting so caught with your pants down, so to speak, with Echo. I'm guessing if that Echo can sneak up on you, I'm betting some other flanky heroes have no problem sneaking up on you either. So we're kind of keeping in the back of your mind where heroes are, where they should be. Did they die in the last fight, or might they be, you know, roaming around somewhere looking for a sneaky flank on you? Because if you're Zen, you're going to be their primary target, that kind of a thing. Getting your Discord orb out, your positioning, and we covered that as we saw it. Your Discord orb, we covered that as we saw it. So I'd focus primarily on these three things. Somebody left me a comment on a previous VOD review. I'm not looking to just correct every minute mistake in these VOD reviews. I'm just looking to cover like somewhere between the top 3 to 5 things I'm seeing. Like there's other things, like, you know, your aim could be a little bit better, but you're in a bronze lobby. Like your aim, I'm not expecting you to have top 500 aim, for example. So I look for like things that are going to help you elevate your game to, you know, upper silver, low gold, and then you could always get another VOD review later, and then we can cover like aiming and, you know, where to shoot your right clicks at, or when to be right click, you know, and that kind of a thing. So I just wanted to address a comment left on a previous VOD review we got here. But anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.